Movie The Greatest Showman is one of this season's big box office hits. It is based on the life of the famed showman P.T. Barnum. But how historically accurate is it really? Well, we asked the Ringling historian, Deborah Walk, to come and talk about the story. Okay, Deborah, you're the expert on the history of the circus. Tell us about P.T. Barnum. Is this movie accurate?
I would not base a report for school on it.
You mean there was no hip-hop dancing in
There
Barnum's
wasn't
life?
even circus music in the film for the most part. It's an impressionistic, feel-good film. And I think for the season, it's a wonderful statement to have. However, if you really want to know P.T. Barnum, he is an incredible individual. And this film, which is only an hour and 45 minutes, purports to cover over 50 years of his life. And so a lot of the big and important things that P.T. Barnum did are missing in the story. And that's, you know, it's a film on it. It's not a documentary for us to look at as a historical document. But I think the whole idea of the inclusiveness, the warmness, the bringing of people together, the film does wonderfully.
Now you can learn the real story though at the museum, right?
That's right. And coming to the Ringling Museum, you will find things about P.T. Barnum that perhaps you didn't know about, his background, and most importantly, those important people that he brought to his circus on it. And it's interesting to note that P.T. Barnum took the circus on as a second career.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Part-time job?
Yeah, retirement, yes, on it. And he started out as a museum person and then went to, in 1871, to be really the famed person. And I can only think that he would be irritated by knowing that the circus then transformed to Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey, and he took second billing.
Oh,
you know,
yes,
because he was not a personality that took second billing at all.
Where did he find these people like Tom Thumb now? Was that a real person, and can we find out more at the museum?
You can find more out in the museum. We have a wonderful poster, which you can see online on our collections page, that says, and that is a wonderful lithograph of Tom.
He was
Tom
really that
Thumb.
little.
He stopped growing at 6 months old, and he was 25 inches and 15 pounds on it.
Wow.
And when he died, he had grown a little larger. He was 33 inches.
Oh my goodness.
But he went, and you can see some of those, how he met the crown's heads of Europe on it. And he met Queen Victoria.
So that part was true.
That part is true on it.
Interesting, yeah.
And so at the museum we can learn how Barnum and Bailey and Ringling came together.
That's right. And there is a wonderful stories about the circus and how the circus really grew up with America. You know, the first circus was in 1793.
Whoa.
And guess who went to see the show?
Who?
1793. Who would
P.T.
Christopher
Barnum.
Columbus.
Christopher Columbus. How about George Washington?
Wow. George Washington.
George Washington, and he went 4 times. So,
Really?
you
It was
know,
a hit.
It was a hit, just like The Greatest Showman.
You just don't think of it going back that far. I don't know when I would think the circus started, but I certainly wouldn't think it would be back in George Washington's.
Well,
No.
it's interesting that we're here talking about it because January 9th, it celebrated the 250th anniversary of the founding of the modern circus in England.
wow.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's an institution that has a long life, and even before that, you can see in the medieval fairs pieces of the circus coming together, and it's always evolving. And I think that's, you know, as we look forward with the closing of Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey, what is out there for the circus? And you watch the Circus Arts Conservatory
Yes.
and see what they're doing with students, teaching dedication, and then you go see the movie. You come to the Ringling, and then there's one other thing you have to do.
Okay.
You have to go see Circus Sarasota.
Absolutely.
Because that's where it all is brought together.
Yeah, which
yes.
is coming up. I saw
modern
the big
circus.
top
That's
rising
right.
at Nathan Benderson this week.
That's
See
right.
how the limits that a human being can go to. This is really amazing. Thank you so much, Deborah. The Ringling Circus Museum is a great place to learn more about Circus Sarasota and the circus history. You can find more details at ringling.org. Next, some new products from the Consumer Electronics Show.